Video requests going out. How to sell your silver during a shit hit the fan situation. Before we discuss how to sell your silver during a shit hit the fan situation, we need to get on the same page on what a shit hit the fan situation truly is. I think for many people it's different things. For the person who just lost his job and has no money to pay his bills, that can be construed as a shit hit the fan situation for that one person. Is it enough to make you sell your silver and whatnot? I don't know. I'm not in that person's position. But normally when I get the question and it has shit hit the fan attached to the question, I already know the mindset of the person who's asking me the question. They're discussing an economic collapse. They want to know during an economic collapse or aftermath of a war. I don't think they're really wanting to know how to sell you silver after I get fired. That type of shit hit the fan situation. There's all kinds of shit hit the fan situations. Does it involve this? Will you be needing this during that situation to protect your family, to protect your loved ones? So what is the degree, I guess, is what we're trying to articulate. In many videos, I always say during the shit hit the fan situation, the actual impact, during the actual time that the situation, I'm trying to articulate it, during that impact of the situation, I don't think anybody's going to be looking to sell their silver. I think they want to first preserve their own life. A good example of this would be the Louisiana floods, New Orleans floods actually, where people were stranded on their roofs waiting for help. I don't think any of them thought about how am I going to sell my silver while they are waiting for help getting off their roof. I don't think any one of them were thinking about how they were going to barter or how they were going to sell you their gold or jewelry or anything during that situation. So my point being is there is an impact point where the situation occurs, and then there is the aftermath where people are trying to normalize their life. And during that normalization process is when, providing that there is no more monetary system left or people do not have confidence in the monetary system no longer, is when, during the normalization process, when they will find that they need things. They need goods and services. They need their home repaired due to whatever happened to their home. I always say during a good example, and this might be a bad example, a nuclear bomb just freaking struck 20 miles away from me. Boom. Do you think at that point in time I'm going to need to sell my gold and silver or anything? No, absolutely not. But give or take a week or two when things start to normalize, we come to realize there's no monetary system left. Maybe the nukes happened all over the world. I know this is a little overzealous, but I'm trying to give you an example here. It's during that normalization process where everybody's trying to recover and they're taking an assessment of their current food supplies, their water supplies, their damage to their homes, providing that they're still around and there's no damage to their person, obviously. They're out of the danger zone, so to speak. They're trying to normalize. That is the point in which they will consider bartering for food and services, selling their gold as a way of paying for food and services. So that's the point I'd like to make. Shit hit the fan for many people are different things. People are afraid of many, many things. Solar flare, nuclear war. The reason why I started prepping was the fear of an economic collapse, in which definitely would need to barter and whatnot. Actually, before I sell my silver or gold, I will try to barter my knowledge. Um, I will try to barter my knowledge in the construction industry and see if I can earn what I need. And in that case, if I can't, and that person has something I need, then my last resort would be to maybe barter or barter with my silver and gold, so to speak. So there's different shit hit the fan situations. One might be, yeah, the world turns to rely on this. It becomes law of the jungle, so to speak. And again, I don't think the point of impact will be when somebody is considering selling their silver, so to speak. I really don't believe that. It's when things normalize and they're taking an assessment of what they need and and whatnot is when they'll consider that. Okay, now on to the question. Now that we're on an even playing field about what I believe should hit the fan situation is, again, it could be many things, but when I get the question again, I'm thinking from the perspective of the person who sent me the question, should hit the fan in their mind is not about being laid off. It's about something catastrophic, and they want to know how to sell their silver. Well, during a catastrophic situation, chances are there's going to be no pawn shops or coin shops open. Can I get an amen to that? Okay, so I'm going to give you how to sell silver from the seller's perspective and from the buyer's perspective. So you go to sell silver and you got this nice bar, big bar. People are really desperate out there during the shit hit the fan. You might have one of these that has 20 ounces in it. During the shit hit the fan, the price might jump to its current $375. Price of this might be $2,000, $3,000, enough to kill you for, to feed their children. They might be good people before shit hit the fan, but they're seeing their children starve, they'll kill you for this to feed their family. So how do you sell this kind of stuff and still maintain your safety? First of all, I would not sell something this big unless you really had to. You're going to need to find somebody who wants this, obviously. But what are you looking for? Are you looking for cash? I don't know if cash is going to be worth anything. But again, maybe it is. I don't know. Are you looking for food? This person has food. They want your silver. Looking for medical. Anything. Guns. You need a gun to protect yourself. Might not want to walk in alone. He's got a gun. You got to borrow silver. That sale might not go as well as you planned. So how do you sell this? Let's just say this person's honorable. They're going to repair your roof. Meteor came down, went right through your roof. Again, I'm being ridiculous. But this person knows how to repair roofs. Nobody else around does. There's no monetary system. This guy is not going to kill you for this. Well, first of all, if I were you, I would bring something that is recognizable. The person that's buying your silver might not have been a silver stacker before the shit hit the fan. And only recently he found out silver is worth something. Oh, okay, it's worth some. I'll take it and repair your roof. So bring something recognizable. Obviously, if they're new to stacking, they're only going to know the more common coins like Silver Eagle. They're going to know maybe the Maple Leafs. Some of the common coins. Anything else, they might be suspicious. I'm going to show you a coin here. I'm going to give you 20 seconds to tell me if you recognize this coin, and be honest with yourself. I'm going to see if I can get a reflection in it. Do you recognize that coin? I'm not saying can you read what's on it, but have you seen this coin before? Do you know who that company is? Let me try to get it to focus a little bit better. Honestly, have you ever seen this coin before? I'm showing you this coin because I've never seen this coin before. Why am I doing this? You go into somebody who's new to stacking silver. Perhaps they're not even new to stacking silver. Perhaps they've been stacking silver their whole life, but they've never seen this coin. You're desperate. You need that roof repaired. Would you really want to take this where there's a chance they might turn you down? This, by the way, is a real silver 0.999 coin. I brought this out because I've been stacking silver for a while and I've never seen this coin before. If you came to me, from buyer's perspective now, if you came to me wanting me to repair your roof and you had some of these, I might turn you away out of suspicion it is fake, even though it is 100% real. Now, during a shit hit the fan, I know what a lot of people are going to say, well, you can always use a silver tester, and this is shit hit the fan. Okay, I might not have a silver tester. I might have to rely as a buyer on my recognition skills. During a shit hit the fan, when making a deal, when carrying large amounts of silver, you might consider arming yourself and not going alone. You might even consider selling or bartering one coin at a time to keep the, just to protect yourself. Too much silver, there's too much temptation for people to rob you. They might not consider one coin worthy of killing you. I'm not saying they won't, but you got to do what you got to do. So from a seller's perspective, safety in numbers, be armed, don't be foolish, bring recognizable coins or bars. Perhaps after talking to this person, you'll find that they know a little bit more, or you can build a rapport with them and then bring your unrecognizable coins, and they will, after a while, and they will trust you. I can tell you from a buyer's perspective, I'm going to look for common coins, the eagles, the silver maple leaves and whatnot. And that's how I would buy and sell coins during a shit hit the fan situation. Again, I'm just answering the question in a generic form. I don't believe anybody's going to be bartering for silver and gold during the actual point of impact. The problem, boom, hits. Ooh, first thing you think of is bartering your gold and silver. After the situation passes a day or two and things start to normalize and you start to take, accountability of everything around you and you find that you need something, blah, blah, blah. That's when people will need to buy and sell goods and services. Okay, so it's not a shit hit the fan situation that I thought it was. Let's just say you got fired. You still got an economic system that people still have confidence in. Well, you got local coin shops. That is my number one pick for selling gold and silver, is your coin shops. You got your pawn shops. They're a little more difficult to deal with only because they're used to dealing with people of desperation. Their clientele in a pawn shop is normally people who are desperate. Therefore, the pawn shops normally take advantage of that desperation and try to undercut the seller. Just be aware of that when you go into a pawn shop. Therefore, I like coin shops better. I would never sell my stuff on Craigslist. Again, if you do, take somebody with you when you go to sell. You don't know who's waiting on the other side of that door when you go knocking on it. Now, the person can have a gun. Last and my least favorite, because of eBay's protection rules, although a lot of people say they would buy on eBay, never, ever, ever, never, ever, have I said it enough? Never sell your gold and silver on eBay due to their protection policies. Even though the buyer received your gold, even though the buyer received your gold or silver, they can claim that it was fake. And you know what eBay is going to do? They're going to reimburse that person all the money. So what happens next? They got your silver and they got your money now. Never, ever, ever, never, ever sell your silver and gold on eBay. Coin shops, top tier, pawn shops, Craigslist. Another route you can go, which would require you to ship your gold and silver, would be the online dealers. They will buy your gold and silver. I haven't memorized their rules and regulations. I haven't memorized their minimum purchase amounts, but you can look that up yourselves. You can actually, they will buy your gold and silver. You'll need to ship it to them. I don't think payment will be instantaneous. They'll probably take shipment time, right? You need to ship your gold and silver there. And I don't think you're just going to be waiting at the post office for your shipment. They probably have a pickup maybe from the post office, or FedEx will deliver once or twice a week, or whatever their regimen is. They will need to open up your box. Once they get it through FedEx, they're not ripping through your box and immediately trying to serve you. You're in a queue, basically. You're waiting your turn. So it might be a day or two before they even get your box. It might be 3 or 4 days before they get to your box. Open it up. Try to ascertain whether it's real silver. Count the amount of silver. Cut you a check. Send you the check. Well, you got mailing time. So that's why I left that off to the side. A lot of people need to sell their silver, are normally desperate and need instant payment rather quickly. So again, just to recap, shit hit the fan situation comes in many different levels. It can be a catastrophe, economic collapse. It can be you being fired. It can be your spouse having cancer. There's all kinds of shit hit the fan situations. Again, I would not sell this in any situation if I can barter something else. That's why I take my time to learn. I take my time to learn fundamental construction skills, mechanical skills, you name it. I try to learn it. And people call me the jack of all trade. I know a little bit about everything. And if I cannot barter my language, my knowledge, and I'm really desperate, then I will finally dig into my silver. Well, I hope that answers your question. I'm off to my next video. Take care. Oh, by the way, do me a favor. Subscribe, like, leave a comment, and hit the little bell icon.